Hello there. So we are the directors of Alfred's Revenge: The Downfall of Sodor. I am Fruit Punch Man 15.
I'm TDTzombie2007.
And I'm Vicarstown Productions.
There we go. Okay.
Uh,
So we got bored and we decided we'll just do a little commentary of this of the episode 4 we made. So we're just gonna get started and kind of describe.
and also just to give you guys a bit of a just to give you guys a bit of a heads up, like we're gonna be like talking about like how I edit. I'm also gonna be like pointing out how I made like some of the scenes for episode 4.
As will
ish.
I,
And
because
like
me and Vicarstown were.
plus I'm gonna be telling like and also like if some of y'all are just gonna be wondering like what music piece did I use for like whichever, like a few of them maybe, then like I'll explain it.
Yeah,
Just
well,
whatever.
Also,
I might as well, because,
about
I
how
mean-
we filmed the scenes as well. How we
yeah,
filmed
we'll
them.
describe how we filmed the scenes and everything else, because Vicarstown Productions and I were more of the main editors for this episode, and
Yeah,
Zombie and
I'm
were the
the
main
main.
filmers.
Yeah, we both are the main editors.
I
But,
just helped
No,
I
main.
film and wrote most
I'm
of the
the main
script.
editor. Like I'm the main editor. I'm just like the filmer who would help if nobody is there to help.
Right.
But I usually help Fruit Punch film, and I'm usually the one that writes most of the script as well.
We all have our own part and everything, so
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I because like
Who the hell is
like
calling
the
me
part
right
of
now?
because
Son of a screw.
because like one thing I will say is that I written the part this is nightmare scene. I written that part with Fruit Punch.
Yeah. I
And I was the
like
one who
way
came
how
up
it
with
all
the
turned
idea,
out.
so I was the one who came up with the thank me for that.
Yeah, there you go. But we were all kind of working on it together, the writing portion of it, and where there were many scenes that turned out really well. Because if I can remember correctly, I don't think there were many scenes that were full on quote unquote deleted. Shall we
Yeah, sorry
say?
about that. I got a call from my mom.
It's okay, but I'm just gonna say this real quickly. Out of every single episode we've had, I think this is one of those episodes where we really didn't have any quote unquote deleted scenes.
Not really. Only unused footage. There was.
It was
no
more
deleted-
unused
Yeah,
footage.
there was mainly like unused footage. There was
the
mainly unused footage that
is literally
I
just like the scene,
legit.
every scene, but just like not the way we wanted it.
Right.
Yeah, because like when editing like the beginning part of the episode along with Thomas's nightmare and Edward's death, like there were some parts where I was like, yeah, I don't want to be adding this into the episode because like that's just like
Because mainly
no.
it wouldn't make any sense. It would sound weird.
No,
and-
it wasn't because it wouldn't make any sense. It's just why should I even? What's the point of even adding
bothering
that into the
adding
episode?
it. Yeah. All right. So I think we've talked long enough and made our point. So we're just gonna get started on it. Right about now.
Also, just to like give you guys a heads up,
Thanks,
I
and have
made the
fun.
beginning part of episode 4.
Once all the trucks were
Yeah.
shunted,
The beginning
James and Richard
scene
felt more
was
confident in working with
directed
Alfred,
and edited
finally
by
knowing what all of this was
Vicarstown.
for.
Yeah, fun fact: when I was narrating,
Yeah.
as you guys heard in episode
I'm
one,
actually
I'm
like real
oh,
proud
I
of
had to
how. I'm actually real proud of the beginning shot, the beginning scene of episode 4 really turned out.
I was really,
Really?
proud.
What are you
But
planning
since
to do,
D261 was removed from the game, those shots were actually reused footage in the beginning. And
That's why.
Yeah,
we
they
don't
were
see-
reshot. They were like reused footage.
there's no one
So yeah.
But this shot right here, you can kind of see on the right side. You can't see him.
He's
we
not
had
there
to make
anymore. and also,
because we had to make
that's
sure-
That's not what it looks like.
What are
we had to
you
make
doing
sure
out
like he
here
wasn't
so
in shot.
late?
So it was
Just
kind of
let me
difficult.
Explain this situation.
And
I remember that there was
when
like
actually
Engine.
filming episode 3.
also
All of you.
Also,
was-
like, I
Richard,
remember
so
I
get these
saw
cars
this
out of
one
here.
comment on,
I'll
like,
help
maybe
you.
episode 2 or
James,
3, where, like,
Take care of this.
somebody said that they liked
loose
how my
spy
James
while
voice
you're
really fit
What's up,
with
friends?
the series
It's my
or like
friends.
or whatever.
I'm the boss around here, and I give you
I gotcha.
orders. Do it
Also,
now.
speaking of D261, even in episode 3, he was a problem because sometimes he wouldn't ever actually get out of the siding he spawned in, and we had to. Originally, we were going to use a different engine instead of D261. I think
It was
it was going to be
Derek.
Derek. It was going to be
By
Derek.
the way, Fruit Punch, I can't really see your screen, so yeah.
Yeah, here. So we're gonna stop right here for a second while I have a look at this part real quick. Can you kind of see it now?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay, so now let's get back to it. Now, I was really excited how this part turned out, just to kind of zoom in and then he gets pissed
Yeah,
off.
I did this part as well.
The music playing right now.
James said nothing.
I just wanted to say, this part right here, the music that's
And all of a
playing,
sudden,
that was
as
actually
James came
my
closer,
suggestion.
Thomas then puffed
Because
away.
I watched a lot of Gary's mod videos, like normally like Alex Spider, and this was one of the music pieces he used. It's from this Japanese series called Yujo
Fruit Punch
Senki.
suggestion. I used Fruit Punch's suggestion because like I was like, yeah, I might as well, and it actually really fit in when editing it.
Because we
Especially
had to go,
with all the, especially with adding in like my special editing, unlike how Fruit Punch edits. No offense.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. But I will say, in this episode, I have completely improved my editing skills ever since episode 1. So I feel like I did really good editing in this episode more than episode 1.
I hope when we all remastered it, and
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
better.
definitely gonna do
Thomas
that.
saw Gordon thundering down the same track as him.
Yeah, we
Because
are.
I will say this.
We refilmed this scene where the crash almost happened at least 8 times, because there was a point where they collided, and one point where they were too far away, where it looked like completely crappy.
And right towards the
Vicarstown, why don't you
building.
tell me why you added that Barber scene? I was lost. I'm like, why do you add that?
All right. Pause the video. Pause the video, so I can explain it.
Go ahead.
The reason why I added that part because like since Thomas was crashing into the barber's shop, I might as well. I was like, hey, why don't I just add like that part in? And especially adding in Michelangelo's like not again
And it screams,
line,
right?
especially with the scream.
If you listen closely, you could hear my leg repeating over and over again while Thomas says cinders and ashes and or bust my buffers.
Wait, what?
I think it was.
Wait, say it again?
Like there's a thing, the my leg thing where he goes like my leg
yeah,
plays
let's go.
background.
But I was surprised.
Oh
how
yeah,
this-
I also added that in.
Yeah, I was really surprised how this scene turned out. It turned out really good as I thought.
James, what is he doing here?
But this turned out really good. I'm just gonna say that right now. So listen carefully.
Boss, I...
If you heard that, Vicarstown actually added that part, and this little ditty that was used was actually done by Vicarstown.
Yep. I had to put a lot of effort into it so that it looked actually good instead of like plain crap like Fruit Punch would usually do for like his editing.
Listen, I'm
No offense again. No offense again.
But I'm just
Fruit
gonna
Punch.
say this. No. Listen, I'm just gonna say this. If people think I am offended by this, I'm not offended. I just think
He's
it's
very
funny.
greatly offended.
He's not
You know.
offended.
I'm not offended. I've come to the fact that I'm not the greatest editor, but Vicarstown has a little bit more experience than me. But then again,
it's just,
it has
I'm just,
improved.
I'm
It
just
has improved in this episode.
I'm just saying that just to fuck around with you. So that's about
It's
it.
fine. I don't care. So hold on. Okay. So we're gonna finish the thing
We're
and
gonna get
look
back
at
to
more.
that.
So this beginning part actually was done by Vic actually, and then the rest of the scene was done by me. So this was edited by two people, me and Vic.
Where am I?
The beginning part
And
of
when
it,
did
like
it get all
where he's
sweaty
like
all of a
opening his
sudden?
eyes, that part was done by Vic, not me. But the rest of the scene was completed
Also,
by
like,
me.
Also, if you guys
Oh,
notice,
my
like,
buffers. I need to
how
put
the
any
audio
buffers
for it is like low, and like the audio is like up for some of the scenes. That's because like I higher the audio up a bit so that it sounds a bit more like so that people can hear what the engines are saying, unlike how Fruit Punch just
Oh,
makes my line sound
well,
very silent, like
thank you for your
you
help,
where
Alfred.
you can't where you can barely hear anything.
Right. I will say this part. Sorry about that. Early in production of the series of the filming, I thought Oliver was gonna actually like take him away, so the scene actually had to be like that beginning shot of that scene actually had to be refilmed, mainly because I thought Oliver was taking him away to the Steamworks, not Duck. But so I refilmed it, and so that's what happened in that other shot. Yep. Vicarstown probably remembers that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I really liked how the scene turned out. I really did. It was very hard to film this part, but it turned out very good. And the music suggestion was done by Vic, actually. He recommended me this piece by Miyu.
Well, yeah, like most of the music suggestions were like done by me.
Miyu and a lot of COD 4 music by Stephen Barton. Because
you used that. That's why I used music like I basically, if you guys don't know, I basically used Resident Evil 7 music, The Walking Dead Season 1 music, the
Speaking
series.
of Call of Duty, I believe there is a new game coming out.
That is cool though, but I used a lot.
That is pretty cool, Zombie.
That...
But we're not on that topic.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Speaking of Call of Duty.
Yeah. So this piece I used for this shot, I actually it's like I said, it's from a COD 4, Modern Warfare. I just liked the soundtrack, and I just thought this piece looked good while James was trying to find him. I just liked it. But I did like the turnout of this scene. I really did like this turnout. It turned out really good.
It's just the one thing that I really dislike is the fact that you lowered down the audio for my lines for James. Like, why?
I think I did.
Yeah, you did. Like, you just made you barely even make.
I think your lines were a little too loud for the music. I remember Fruit Punch telling me something like that.
I think I did, yeah.
It was music.
Yeah, that's
it was
why.
for the music.
Whoa, you lowered it down. You lowered down my lines. What the fuck?
But at least you're heard. At least you're heard, though.
Wise. He did it
barely heard.
What's called? He did it because of the music. Because your lines, even though the music, like, it didn't matter how pitched the music was, like if it was low or high, your lines still managed to cover the music in the background. So it kind of
if you look closely, real quick, there's like a piece of track missing in that shot.
Hold up, managed to what again? Managed to what again?
Basically, this with the voice, the line of your voice was so like it kept breaking the sound barrier and stuff.
It kept covering over the music sound, so you couldn't hear it.
Okay, so here's
it wasn't your fault though.
Okay, I don't.
Bro, it's not my fault that I turn it up just so that people can hear me.
Okay, all right.
Hear what I'm trying to say as in character. Like you should probably change the pitch of my.
I agree. I should have done better, but next time I'll do much better. So this shot was the beginning shot of the nightmare scene. That was actually reshot at near after production because Vicarstown wanted it to kind of transition into the nightmare, so that's why he kind of wanted me to do this part, because this beginning shot was done by me.
That's what I wanted you to do, and not just fucking transition to the nightmare way in.
Fun fact,
and everybody gets confused and stuff.
There is a certain scene of the nightmare that scared Fruit Punch.
I'm just gonna say this one because this was the first.
By the way, guys, hold up, pause it. Just to give you a debrief of what music did I use for it. Yeah, I used one of the Resident Evil 7 DLC OST, Daughter's DLC basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I want to say
this.
That's
what they used, basically.
Right. So I'm just gonna say this right now. When Vicarstown finished this, because this was actually the first scene that Vicarstown completed after the few scenes he had to do.
Yeah.
But this scene had to be the top of everything because it was the right amount of energy we needed and we always kept saying, "This ain't no happy-go-lucky episode. It's time for that spooky shit."
Yep, this ain't no like all engines go entertainment. This is like Five Nights at Freddy's mode or just TJR or whatever.
When writing the script, we all had to think of like, there's not supposed to be funny parts in this. Sure, there could be at least one, but this is supposed to be serious, like plain serious. Because there's like in episode 1, we did make one joke, I believe.
I think,
and that was like a couple jokes, and we don't really do jokes on the thing. We're more serious and
that's why we are going to remaster episode 1. But I do want to say this: when this first was finally finished, there were actually a couple of drafts to this. The first draft being the screen wouldn't shake and it was just a bright light that illuminates the screen and done. But
yeah, it was just a bright light, which I really fucking hate how it turned out. But then, like, I just went ahead and just changed it all.
And I think it turned out better. But I remember the first time watching the scene as a whole, I'll go into more detail. But when I first saw this scene, I was kind of freaked out because I'm like, this is the right amount of energy we need. But let's continue.
Gordon!
But this turned out really good.
Henry!
I was astounded of how Vicarstown pulled this off completely.
Percy?
Because
what did you expect it from somebody who has been editing for like a long while,
time,
ever since they started YouTube, like.
Yeah.
I have used, like, from using Power Director to now using Vegas Pro, like, I'm basically, like, my editing is not, like, perfect, but I say it's, like, good for the most part, like...
Okay, so...
And it's not, like, punches editing.
Yeah, but, for this shot, here, let's do this, like, so for this shot, Vicarstown told me that he used Paint.net for these shots. And,
yeah, I use Paint.net.
So, in actuality, when filming, it was actually the character itself, not just the thing, because that would go into because we would send the shot to Vicarstown, and he would just play the shot. And fun fact about this photo, this is actually a photo, not a video. It's just a photo.
Yeah, this is just a photo.
But seriously, when seeing this as a whole, this scene turned out marvelously. And had like the right amount of energy to freak everyone
also,
out.
I lowered the pitch down for Alfred and James's voices so that they sound a bit like demonic or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember this shot because I think he used like a split between the two. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause it's like one frame, but because I remember in production before Vicarstown edited the characters, it was just
it wasn't really
Alfred
like demonic. It was just more or less like deepest voices,
like a deepest
or whatever,
voice
just
possible.
like.
But yes, Vicarstown put myself, and his voices, our voice lines, in a voice changer to sound like not our real selves, but like really scary.
Well, I didn't put it in a voice changer. I didn't put that in a voice changer.
What did you use?
A pitch change.
Oh,
I changed the pitch in Vegas.
Oh,
what do you mean?
It was a pitch. Okay, you used a pitch change. Okay.
I used a pitch changer in Vegas. What?
I'm so stupid. Okay, but here we're just gonna.
I don't use voice changers anymore.
I'm
that
sorry.
Shit is like
that
that
was
shit
on
is
my
like
part.
old.
Honestly, that was on
that is
my
like
part.
Old school now.
All right, so. Point. But seeing this whole thing as a whole, this turned out to be really good, and I really enjoyed it. So let's keep watching. And you can say what you want about this scene.
What do you mean? What do you want?
It was like it was kind of like hard to like make, because like I had to make it as perfect as I wanted it to be, and like not just make it like fucked up-ish, or I mean it kind of looks like shit on my perspective, but like yeah.
if you guys also look at this, I can kind of realize it kind of looks like the beginning scene, but it's like no reused footage. This is completely
It's
refilmed.
all the same footage, but it's in like a different
Except James is going forward, not backwards, because
Yeah.
I remember this
engines
shot
like
because
crash when they.
in this
It's
shot,
it's literally it looks like the original, like the beginning scene, but it's completely
in a different
refilmed and
perspective.
Yeah.
But okay, so
To tell you guys
these,
this,
the shot where Thomas is
we
looking
had to
ahead.
we had to
Say it again.
we had to refilm this like
Like a few
2 or
times.
3 times actually.
Just to get the right angle. But seriously.
Well, just to have it like the way I wanted it to be actually,
Yeah.
cuz like I didn't want it to look like shit.
Yeah.
I gotta get out
Okay, I'm just gonna
Sorry,
just a little pointer,
of here.
like in this part.
James
right here.
said
like when he popped
James
out of
said-
nowhere. That honestly, when I first saw that, it actually scared me. Just that full on blown
I'm pretty
laugh.
sure you just went. I'm pretty sure you just went like, you just like took your headphones off or jumped in your chair.
No,
like, when
I
you saw
jumped
it.
I jumped in my chair, but this scene turned out marvelously. This part where I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. So just watch, like this is what we need. And that ending whistle was actually kind of my idea, because I asked Vic, I'm like, what if we added like a whistle or something? And he's like, oh, okay. And then that's the whistle. He put the whistle down in a different pitch and sent it to me. And when the nightmare scene was done, I actually added that whistle sound effect in the final product of that scene, and it turned out wonderfully. And I felt it was a really good addition. So this next scene, I don't mean to brag, but has to be one of my best work yet, because I put a lot of work into this, and I was so determined to get it done.
Also, no offense, Fruit Punch, but
Yeah.
your green screen effects
It needs work.
are kind of like, yeah, well, they're kind of like
kinda
shit.
edgy. Like
Yeah.
they have edges, like certain.
That
Yeah,
that we're
they
gonna
have
see.
edges,
Yeah, right.
like-
and I understand that. But I'll be actually starting to work more on that. But I will say, this scene that I'm about to play is a lot better than episode 1's editing. Can you just agree with that?
That's true.
Right, Vic? Do you agree on that?
Yeah. Just let's
Because I remember doing this, and I was so excited to do this scene, because I thought I gotta make it as
the
bold
one
as
thing I
possible.
don't get is why is Henry and Edward like sad? Like,
That
what
was
is
on
with
my
that?
part. Because when they finish their jobs, they're worried about him or something. Like I
'Cause
don't know.
If
But
you
that-
listen earlier, one of the lines I say is all the engines like felt bad because Thomas looked miserable and all
yeah,
that.
so
That's
I think
one of
that's
the
what
lines
kind
I
of went
said.
along with
Yeah,
that.
but like Edward sounds like he is shocked and not sad or depressed.
Yeah, that
like,
was my
bruh.
fault a little bit, but I'm gonna say this.
But there is
I
not
act-
really a shocked face. Like it's It's
Yeah.
a surprise mostly. It's
It's-
kind of a surprise face, but yeah.
Yeah, but beside all that going on, I will say this scene, when I finished it, it turned out really good. Because I learned from Vic, because Vic would actually kind of help me and kind of figure out what to do. And okay, I'm just gonna say
Well,
this
in
right-
Vegas, Fruit Punch used vintage to do that little thing that I would usually do.
Oh wait,
But the way how I did it in Vegas 13 was basically use a mask
oh you mean
thing.
like the oval part? You mean that oval part?
Yeah, the oval
Oh,
part
it's
or
not.
the circle.
It's called Vignette.
Whatever.
Vignette.
Well, yeah, Vignette. I would use in Vegas 13. I would use the mask tool thing.
Yeah,
When you
that-
proper pan a video
Right.
or
But I will say in
Photo.
this scene, the music I used was called Siege from Modern Warfare 2, because what's funny is
stupid.
bruh, and what makes it kind of funny is Excuse me. I actually own the game COD 2 Modern Warfare. I actually own it, and it's very fun.
You to like, well, like that's because like you were kind of like, hey, why don't I get this game when you DM'd it to me, and I was like, yeah, sure thing.
It was honestly really cheap. I got it for like $10. But we had to, but when we
Also, like,
if I can
I
remember
didn't
this
told
correctly,
him to get the game.
he kind of told me to get the game because back then his profile picture was the guy on the cover of the game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I did kind of told him to get the game, actually.
He
yeah.
did, but I actually like it, and I'm glad I'm playing it. But I will say, if I can remember correctly, do any of you guys really remember writing this scene? Or, like, do you have not really a memory or something?
I remember writing this scene.
I mean, I remember
I
writing.
mean, I remember it, but that's all I really remember about it. But we had to make sure we were making sure, like it had to be a completely different story. But just to add on to this as well, I'm just gonna say this right now. As everybody, okay, hold on, I'm gonna say it late in a second.
What number he had? Well, I couldn't catch what the numbers were, but he had 5 on his tender.
This, I like how the reaction when Thomas says the truth about Alfred's return, and all the engines are like, oh my god, he's returned, holy crap.
I knew it was him.
I like that feeling because I just love the turnout, honest to god. It just turned out marvelously.
Because I remember writing the scene. This isn't really a deleted scene. It's more of like, it was supposed to take a different approach. They weren't supposed to find out right away. Like, originally Thomas was going to give them a small description, then he would remember it later. But then I just decided when writing it, just put it all in there.
So when they say that fateful day in 1942, everybody has now figured out that this storyline takes place in the year of 1992.
Also, speaking of that fateful day of 1942,
Some people have.
that small video that you guys just saw, the black and white, is a video I edited for episode 3.
But yeah, you edited that part.
Well, imagine editing in iMovie actually.
But now he's got Premiere Pro.
iMovie after that.
But I will
that
say,
entire scene that you see
Yeah,
right
I
there,
know you got
edited in
Premiere Pro now.
Yeah,
Zombie,
use
I know
Premiere
that you
Pro.
got Premiere Pro now.
but I will say though, in the black and white scenes, that's actually reused footage, mainly because we really weren't really in the mood of refilming the scene because it wouldn't.
Bro,
look
why would
as
we even
precise.
refilm it in the first place?
Right,
Like,
and that
the
was
fuck?
the original plan. That was my original plan when I edited this part, where I'm like, okay, I think we should just take a different approach.
The
and
thing
just-
was, in episode 3, some people, no, not in episode 3. In this episode, some people didn't notice that Edward was right next to Alfred.
Really?
Some people didn't notice him.
Wow, I did not
wait,
actually know
what?
that. So people did.
How,
Some people
though?
didn't
Some people
notice
asked.
this right here.
No, some people didn't know who he was. They're like, "Who is that next to Alfred?" They didn't know it was Edward.
Yeah,
Bro,
but it's probably
guys,
because it's
hold up, guys. Just to say this, that's Edward next to Alfred. All right, Edward knows like what Alfred did way back in 1942.
So yeah,
So,
let's continue.
yeah.
And at this point, just saying, we're already halfway through the episode.
He really does sound like a.
Has your Bandicam thing like died?
No, I restarted it, so don't worry. It's recording, so don't worry.
Alright.
Don't run into him again. You shouldn't worry about
But I
that.
loved this
He
part.
does.
Just get some rest and wait for your repairs to be
So
finished.
so for this part, actually, I don't know if anyone's noticed. Oh, hold on. But let me just say this. Let me just say this right now. This part actually was kind of hard and easy because I actually grabbed a photo and I made it transparent. And if you look closely, right here, you can actually see a little spot right there, and it ended up getting right into frame. So I kind of fitted it in a little bit, and I kind of liked it. But what's funny is I think a few people
Kind of looks like a hole was made in the roof.
Yeah, but I will say
Was
this:
pretty rough.
if you listen
Nothing
carefully,
It's just his front
I actually got
bumpers and a small
Trackmania Matt to
crack in his
voice in
boiler
this,
that needs
and
to be
I
patched.
had a feeling a lot of
We'll
people.
need to
were,
take
Okay,
out
the
the
guy
steam
who
works
does
for
freaking like
How long do you
those
think it'll
shorts.
be until I
Yeah.
return to doing my
He did all
work
those
again?
shorts, and
I
was so
actually
glad-
used to
I wouldn't
watch his
say
content
that
way
long,
back
maybe
then
a few
before I
days to a
even met you
week.
guys, so yeah.
Then Thomas realized something.
But I will say, when I got to
You're
voice
talking
him,
about the guy that does like the shorts in CBR3?
Might be able to see him.
wait, what?
No, I said I used to watch
No.
Trackmania Matt stuff way before I even met
Yeah.
you guys.
Okay, I think I've told
Goodbye,
Vicarstown and
Henry.
Zombie this many
Goodbye,
times,
Edward.
but fun fact about when completing this scene, because sadly
Take care,
this
Thomas.
part after,
See you when you're
like
back.
right after
Good luck,
Duck puffs
Thomas.
in, it actually had to be refilmed because the footage ended up getting corrupted, so I ended up filming with Zombie's friend. But I just wanted to
So
add real
good.
fast,
I can't
when
believe I was
finishing
right.
the ending, like near the ending of this shot and
Agreed.
this scene,
Let's go.
I honestly started crying because I'm like, this is exactly what I've always wanted to do and how to edit a video.
Why would you be crying?
I
like
have no
when
that I cannot answer because
Also,
It
I
turned
noticed how
out-
you slowed down the shot.
I did mainly because I thought it would look more dramatic. So I thought,
It did.
but it's not the best. But I thought it looked cool. But I still think it looks cool. Okay, so the smoke scene. I'm just gonna say right now, when writing this and discussing it, it was very difficult. So out of all the scenes,
also like
this scene was the difficult-
just
was
to
most
say this, you guys may barely hear it, but Skylar said what the heck instead of what the hell in his lines because he said he couldn't swear.
which
He's
I don't
not
blame
that
him
type
for
of guy.
doing
He
it.
doesn't like to swear.
I'm just pointing that out.
yeah. So sadly, Skylar couldn't swear, so we had to think of an alternative of what of what to say instead. So in actuality, he didn't say what the heck. He said what happened here.
You smell smoke, Henry.
But
Smoke.
originally I was gonna have Vicarstown edit this scene, but Vicarstown said I could do it, so this scene was actually done
Yeah.
by me. Because Vicarstown actually lent me the green screen black smoke screen, so it looked like this.
Here.
But and if you look closely at these two guys, it's actually the same photo, but it's flipped. And this is actually the first time I used Paint.net, which was kind of difficult. It was kind of difficult to understand because Vicarstown was working with
Which
me.
you don't know how to, which you kind of don't know
know
how
how
to
to
use
how to
Paint.net,
fully know,
which you-
but I will start to know it soon. But I'm gonna say this for workman number 3. That's by me, but I originally was gonna have someone else do it, but I couldn't find anyone, so I offered and said, "Oh, I'll do it."
You could have asked me. I'm kidding.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, no, I'm joking. No.
See.
But
Is there another route we can take to that?
but this scene, honestly, for editing wise, this scene was really difficult for me because I ran into a few problems. Everything started to kind of go wrong, and I almost thought of refilming, but then I thought, well, the filming looks fine. I just need to work on my editing skills morely. So
Yeah, you need to work on your editing skills.
and I
'cause,
still
like,
do. And there's always room for improvement either way. But I liked the turnout. I will say the turnout was really good.
Just so that you can edit as good as what me.
Yeah. This scene, I actually kind of liked. The only thing I would change is, because sometimes when I edit, it looks pixelated to me, which kind of pissed me off very badly. Which I'm gonna probably have to work on that.
Yeah, that's just something that I really hate when editing. Just like, why
How things look
does it have
real-
to be so pixelated?
That's the thing. I don't know. It's Bandicam acting acting real stupid. But yeah, if you kind of
Either
see the
you
edges,
fraps or either you could use fraps or
Another
I don't
diesel
know.
has been
Yeah.
in a horrible accident.
But,
and was found dead on the main
but this
line.
scene that I did
What?
turned out really
Yes,
nice. It
but-
turned out very nicely,
Suddenly,
and I really
Henry
liked
had a
it.
revelation.
Because
second. Edward,
everything was
didn't
like
Thomas say
different,
that one
and
of the
everybody's like,
engines
"Oh my
was
god,
solid
we gotta
class
figure this out
40.
and stuff."
You're right, Henry. Before Thomas left for the steamworks, he said James chased him after he saw him with 2 different engines. One of them
because
being
I
that
think
diesel,
in this
and
shot
the other
and
engine
every
being a blue
other shot that I
V12 with
used
5
panning,
numbers on its side.
I feel like
Gordon
I did pretty good
gasped.
with all the panning
He was
shots.
surprised.
Like,
He
it
knew
wasn't
that
the
blue
best,
engine
but I
was.
liked the panning shots
That's
that I did.
impossible. I thought he was scrapped. Why didn't
You
he
know,
just die
but
like he was supposed
since
to?
I was the narrator for
That's
this
what we were trying
episode,
to
I've
figure
been for the
out.
past couple
What if
episodes.
Edward was right
Um,
about the night before?
This was
What
the
if he was
first
still out there?
episode where I actually had bloopers of when I was narrating, and I cursed a lot. And I don't know if Fruit Punch is ever going to reveal that. Those,
I probably will, but I don't know.
yeah, the
And James is with
bloopers
him.
of me
No.
freaking out
No,
when I
no.
screwed up a
Yeah,
line.
he probably
I saw
will
him the other night
someday. I
before
don't
trying to
Someday,
do
think so.
trade,
not right.
and that was before Thomas ever saw him.
You know what? That's it. We have to put a stop to this. Yeah.
But how?
So
I have an idea.
the actor of Gordon, your boy Mays, he did a fantastic job. He did very good.
Yeah, he
Same
did
with,
a
same
fantastic
with-
job, especially Brandon did an amazing job as
Along-
Edward. Cause Brandon actually put like some emotion to his Edward voice actually, which is something that I do like.
Yeah,
I'll
so
admit.
this
Another
so,
thing is, wait, oh shit.
okay, so we're back. Okay, so this
You know,
shot,
but the actor
this
the actor of
scene-
Gordon hates
this-
paragraphs, so we have to keep his lines short and choppy.
Yeah, but I will say,
Well,
Um,
we're probably
Not
gonna
all the
be.
time, but he just hates to do
yeah,
like
he hates
read long
paragraphs.
sentences.
If you, so yeah, if you
I
guys
mean, like,
watch
yeah.
if you guys seen the Secret Benefactor adaptation that I did, that I think I did poorly on, near the end, he actually,
I mean,
Mays-
yeah, you did
Mays
poorly
actually
on like
stated-
you. The audio for it is like so low that I could
the audio
barely
was so
hear
low.
it.
I could have done better, but I think the next time I do an
Especially for-
adaptation, I will do more
No,
better.
You even lower down my lines.
Again.
What the fuck?
It's fine though. So this whole scene, Edward's death, was directed by Vicarstown.
It was
Yep.
the one thing that me for Punch Pakistan had to decide on what to do next.
Because we
And-
were all deciding, like, maybe we do like one big scene and that's it. That's how we end it, or something like that.
And then I think it was either me or Fruit Punch came up with the idea that Edward dies.
Right. But this scene that Vicarstown did, it went above and beyond, and it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So let's.
Also, to you guys wondering, yes, I did use the Walking Dead
Alright.
Season 1 music, the video game, not the series.
I
Well,
know.
yeah, the show,
Better do it right.
because I like the game. Don't judge me.
No, it's fine.
fine,
It's
but-
fine.
Also,
No.
to all those people that think Alfred left the bomb with James alone in the docks to kill him, that's not what he was doing. The bomb was
Yeah,
never gonna-
everybody. Yeah, I will
Everyone
say
was
this.
like,
Everybody thought
Alfred
Alfred
was
was
gonna
trying to
kill
kill
James.
James or something, which
But that's
confused
not what
me.
was going to happen. Since Edward crashed, the bomb went off then, but the bomb was never going to go off
And
until
Alfred
later.
said he was leaving to go get more. And everybody kept... Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. Everybody kept saying, if only Edward took the viaduct. I'm like, okay. But, I mean,
Bro,
that could have been nice.
bro, like, I'm pretty sure the bomb was set to like 45 seconds. How would he reach the viaduct?
Right. Yeah, that's what they
Must not be
thought, but
late.
though.
I promised Gordon I'd be there.
So, this shot, this whole scene as a whole was amazing. Just everything was
What's
crazy.
that
Like,
sound?
everything happened at once for everyone.
Is
And
that a
everybody's
bomb?
like,
The
everybody
bomb was
kind of
not-
knew.
The bomb was not left to kill
Not
James. It
this
was going to
time,
go off
Alfred.
later when Alfred came back and gave more, and James and Alfred both left. But Edward intervened, so the bomb was never actually going to go off. But since Edward crashed, it exploded.
And that part, Vicarstown,
That's
would you like
straight
to...
up bombs. The way how I said that.
And no,
That's
Vicarstown,
straight up-
that effect, that was actually from Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I used Hell's Kitchen's like sound effect thing because like I just wanted to add it in.
But it sounded kind of pretty good, but no.
Also, when me and Free Punch were filming this, we discussed the same thing. I was driving Edward, I believe, and I was saying this is one shot, one take.
Right.
Because if we screwed this up, we didn't have enough time to go back and do it over, because then that would just be annoying. So I backed up as far as I could.
And he
gained as much
just went
speed,
for it.
and I just slammed right off the rails at full speed. And we never actually showed Edward's body, not because we didn't want to, not number one because the cars covered his body completely, and
Yeah.
he was facing like the complete opposite direction, upside down. That's
Yeah.
why.
That actually was in the footage that I sent, but it was cut because of that reason. But let's
Because
continue.
it wasn't good enough shot for a dead body.
All over in an
Yeah.
instant.
But I will say
Fluid
though,
switched,
when everybody
Edward hurled
saw this
towards
scene,
the tracks.
everybody's like, "No way!" And Brandon, being the greatest, thank you, Brandon. He actually yelled the word "shit." He actually said it really loud.
Yeah,
And it
Edward's
was
last
so loud.
word. Shit. Like I cut at that part when like he like impacted with the explosions.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I don't think he actually said the full word. I think he just ended it at shit, or he just
Probably.
No, he ended it like he said the actual full word in
He
his
did.
lines.
And that's the thing. Some people have said in the comments, like, "I hope Edward didn't die." We are just confirming this right now. Edward is dead.
Oh,
He
where'd
is.
go?
Yeah,
He's never late.
he just died.
I'm a little
That is a
worried.
confirmation.
Gordon,
This is not
I
made
think
up.
we should
This
look
is
for his-
confirmed. Not Gordon. Edward is dead. Edward got
Come
killed.
on, Gordon. I think that came from
Yeah.
down the line.
the
Towards
train was
docks.
full of bombs. He went into the water. It exploded. He's done.
Yeah.
We're not pulling any plot twists where he comes back at the final episode. We're
Bro,
not
that
doing-
would have been funny.
Yeah,
and
we're not pulling
confusing.
up that. We're also not pulling up that move.
Edward,
Like,
no.
and we're also not pulling off Alfred 1 because just
Edward!
that's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I liked this effect that Vic did because it's all like a blur and you only see like the signal, and then it just reveals to be James there. I like that effect. Like, what did you do here?
I used Glacian blur for that,
But
or
it,
maybe like linear blur actually.
I will
maybe.
say this turned
Either
out
one of
wonderfully.
those.
It's your voice did sound kind of quiet, but that's what we kind of wanted.
Because he was kind of crying, wasn't he? He didn't. He was also trying not to get himself blamed.
I never thought of it as crying, but like what? Like I mean, maybe he was scared, maybe more scared.
Yeah, he was more. I was trying to go for more of a scared or whimper tone.
Yeah. And then
As whimpered as courage.
okay,
the
so
coward
let's say this real
dog.
quickly.
What in the bloody hell have you done?
We almost went for a horrible route. We almost had Gordon say, "What the fuck have you done?" We almost said an F-bomb, but we're like,
But
no, that's
we
too
ended up
much.
cutting it because we already said shit, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it.
That's
We're
too
not saying
far.
it.
Bro,
And so then I
Bro,
went
we
into the
already-
British dictionary
bro,
and said,
like,
"Fuck it, get bloody."
the engines are gonna be saying like hell or damn or shit or like
But
whatnot.
but
We did
Maybe like
explain
maybe
to
episode
people.
maybe in
people in the
episode
comments,
5
this is
we
not
can
like
add a bit more
kid-friendly.
of swearing. I don't know.
Just maybe.
We
I
did
mean,
explain that this series isn't completely kid friendly. It's
yeah,
not
Yeah, this
sunshine,
series is
lollipops,
kid
it's
friendly,
fucked up.
really.
because this is. I think this is more targeting young adults and teenagers.
Basically,
Because
This
This
is
isn't-
to
this
show
is
the
not
more
for
darker
kids.
side of the show.
Yeah.
How
But
far it can go.
yeah,
and plus, I also had to add that disclaimer in episode 4. Like, this is
like
not
this
meant
is
for
not
people
for
under
people
the age
over
of
13.
well, not over 13, under the
Under
age of
13.
13.
I'm sorry, that's my fault. But overall,
Yeah,
But I will say, overall, playing this out as a whole, I was very excited to release this episode because it had a very big twist. Everything was different.
I believe this is the longest episode.
It is the longest episode by like.
yeah,
2
it's the
minutes.
longest episode so far. Like,
Yes, this
and
is
also like our goal for this is to probably have episode 5 like either 30 minutes long or 35 minutes
Yeah,
long.
so
I don't know.
as we go on in the series after, like, when we get closer to break, when our break is over, because we're still technically on break, but we can still make videos, none related to Alfred's Revenge, but we're only just doing this because we're bored. But again, as we go on in the series after our break, we will kind of go make our episodes longer than usual.
I believe the final episode will at least be an hour or over an hour long. If that's what we're going for here.
That's what we're hoping for.
We're not making. We're probably not gonna make the final episode over an hour long, because that's just gonna
be
too
like
much.
But
Maybe
at
least an hour, just to keep the viewers interested.
Or maybe 45 minutes, maybe.
Not an hour, not an hour, zombie.
Not hour.
I was giving an example.
Because that's the thing. It'd be too long. People may get disinterested in stuff. But so I'm gonna I'm actually going to kind of skip ahead just a little bit, just kind of like right here. And I actually forgot to add this in the credits. Every like casting that we did, that was all the three of us, me, Vicarstown Productions, and Zombie. All of us.
We all just cast.
We all did the casting.
Basically.
And what makes it kind of sad, our Thomas actor, Sonic the Mobian, saying his aunt, that was his aunt, who sadly passed away on the premiering. What made it kind of sad.
Yeah, I actually feel so bad about Sonic the Mobian's aunt, to be honest.
I did too, and I was very sad for him.
The thing that makes me happy though is that even though he was like really sad about it, he didn't like stop talking to anyone, like, and just like stop doing everything. He was still in contact with us and still
he was still out there. He was out there all the time.
He did everything. He didn't stop, which I felt really happy, because I didn't want him to be depressed and felt like he was alone.
But because if he did, that's the thing. Like afterward, we were there for him. We made sure.
Yeah, I was also there for him. Like,
and
we were all there for him.
The thing that kind of disappointed me, I actually looked at the analytics. I forgot how to pronounce it. Analytics, I think. Views started to go down as we were going.
I don't really know if anyone pays attention, but no one really pays attention to the announcements at the end.
That kind of disappointed me, because I got a couple of comments saying, make episode 5, or when's episode 5 coming out? I'm like, I don't think anyone listened. But yes, we're still technically on break, but we will return in a little while.
Yeah, it's just
I believe this is our final week. I think it's been like 4 weeks.
You guys should realize.
No, I think it's been 2. It's been 2.
I mean, how should I say this? Like, how should I say this? Like, you guys should probably like realize is that like we're not releasing like every single episode like in less than a day. We don't do that.
Yeah, because that's what we do is
we don't have the episodes already. We hadn't even made them yet.
Because that's how it is most of the time.
The things we do after we release an episode is kind of get to thinking what the next one might be about, and that's really it.
Then we start the writing process, because that's how it is with every single episode. That's why there's like a big gap in the middle of everything, mainly because we're writing, we're editing, we film.
But sometimes the script takes a pretty long time, like a couple weeks to at least a month.
Yeah, but recently we've been doing good on the script.
We've been doing better with the script wise, because we get more and more people each episode.
Oh yeah, very much so. But everything turned out really good. I'm gonna actually stop streaming here, since it's just gonna be us right now. But
a fun fact: in 15 days there will be the anniversary of our trailer for.
That is correct. So in the next few days, if I look at my calendar here, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in like 12 days, it will be officially 1 year of Alfred's Revenge started to become as a whole. But this whole thing has been a complete journey for all of us, our voice actors, our writers, the directors of all of us, and everyone who's participated in this project. Because it completely changed everything. everything just started to come at us at once. We were all thinking, "Oh, this is just going to be a little
Like,
small
like
thing."
for example, like one thing that changed about me is that I became like the one dude who does a good James impression. Like people know me as that now to this day. Like I'm just like okay, like I mean like yeah, I do good at voicing James. So like
And
and like I'm pretty much okay with anybody like um
I mean,
well like
I'm just
anybody
going to say
who
this right
like
now. You are
wants to
very good.
like
I don't mean to
I'm pretty
interrupt
much
you.
okay with anybody who wants to like who wants me to voice James in their projects really like
Well, we thank you very much for watching this little commentary video. This is just what we think about it and kind of behind the scenes look at it. And I'm glad you watched this. We're all glad we watched this because we really loved the turnout of this episode, and everybody was starting to have all kinds of suspenseful moments and stuff. So everybody thought it was really good, and I'm very glad that we put it all together. And yeah, this is Fruit Punch Man 15 signing off. On to you, Vicarstown.
this is Vicarstown Productions. Thank you all for supporting the series, and I hope until then like not only you should subscribe to Fruit Punch, but also subscribe to me and give me some support and love. Like,
I honestly,
if you guys want to, I'm
But
not
here's the
forcing you
thing.
to do so.
I do believe, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I believe you Zombie and Vicarstown both deserve some support and love because you guys have helped me and you've helped this series
I'm
going out there above and beyond and stuff.
I mean,
So
I'm on
think
the
you guys
road to
deserve
like,
it.
I'm on the road to like hitting 500 subs. So
Right.
yeah.
So Zombie, we'll let you talk now.
But this is TDTzombie2007 signing off. But thank you all for sticking with us over this long and crazy journey we've been over.
Crazy ride, yeah, because it's now been almost a year.
It has been all over the place. But yeah, as Vicarstown said, don't forget to sub to all of us. We're gonna be doing stuff. We're not really.
I mean, I'm just
on our own
making
channels as well.
trains.
But don't
I'm
forget
just
to
making
subscribe to us,
funny
and
trains
thank you.
content, and that's about it.
But hey,
That's
everybody
about all,
deserves some
and we hope you
love.
have a good day.
Everybody deserves some support from everyone does. And for everybody working on this project, I want to thank every single one of you who have supported the project and worked on the project as a whole. We thank you very much for this wild ride, and I cannot believe it's already been almost an entire year of Alfred's Revenge, The Downfall of Sodor. So
I can't wait to see the future of this series, and
we cannot wait
future
for
of us as well.
we cannot wait for the future of the series to come. Thank you all very much, and I wish you all a very good day.
See ya.
Bye.